Hey there, guys. Want to talk about comics? Me too. Specifically, my comics. I did a trade with Ving Crew 12,000. Mike, obviously, awesome guy. You guys probably know him already. Got tons of books up for trade and stuff. I know he does tons, but go check out his trade videos if you're interested. So I sent him a few books. Most of mine were doubles. The biggest one I sent him was Gotham City Sirens #1, and a few other books. And he sent me this. This is Ultimate Fallout #4, the first appearance of Miles Morales, and this is the 1 in 25 variant. So really hard to find. It was a hard book for me to value. I don't really know what it's worth. There's only like 2 on eBay for sale, and they're going for they're asking 70 and 90 bucks as buy it nows, but I don't think they're selling for that. So I don't know, it's probably worth somewhere between 30 and 50 these days. But everybody knows the Spider-Man movie announcement, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people are saying they want Miles Morales. I don't know if they'll have the balls to do it. I would be very impressed if they did. Nothing would surprise me at this point. But we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Miles Morales eventually in a film. But I could see Marvel wanting to do their Peter Parker first and then having his death or something. But yeah, really excited to have this. There's a couple spine ticks and stuff on it. I'd probably call it a VF fine. But really stoked to have this because I've never seen this in the wild. And then he was nice enough to throw this one in for free. It was not really part of our trade. But this is Marvel Team Up #14. I'm a huge Invincible fan, as well as a big Spider-Man fan. And so when Robert Kirkman was writing Marvel Team Up, he used his own character, Invincible. Invincible shows up. He's super hyper-powered. He's a lot like Superman. And he just wastes Dr. Octopus right off the bat as Spider-Man's in the middle of a fight with him. Kind of puts him in the hospital. He goes through all their names and sort of makes fun of Spider-Man's name compared to everybody. And just the general sense of humor of Kirkman, I think a lot of people don't know. He is pretty funny. You wouldn't know it from reading Walking Dead, obviously. It's pretty heavy-duty, that stuff. But Invincible is a great, great book, guys. Check it out if you haven't read it. And super stoked to have this because I haven't been able to find this one. And I've looked through a lot of Marvel team-up bins in the past. So thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate these books. Also found this. My wife was out of town, so I took the opportunity to cruise around some of the other shops I don't really get a chance to go to. There's one across the bridge I had never been to before, and it wasn't that great. I was kind of disappointed, to be honest. But I found this in there, so that was okay. This was $2. It's pretty much perfect. It's got a tiny tick up there. So yeah, that's fine. This was also in there. Amazing Spider-Man #4. This is the first appearance of Silk. I'm looking more these days, these books that are kind of $5, $10 books. If I can get them for $2, I'll pick them up because I'm selling a lot more on eBay right now, just because the Canadian dollar has dropped quite a bit. So with that, it means I have to spend a lot more money if I want to buy books from the States. So if I'm selling books that I buy here in Canadian dollars for American dollars, then I save on the exchange rate and I can keep buying from eBay. So Silk, it's funny, I don't know if she'll be around for too long just because Spider-Gwen has become so popular. They're rebooting the Spider-Woman comic as well. So I don't know if there's enough room for 3 girl Spider-Man characters. And I think with the popularity of Spider-Gwen, she's going to be the one that wins out. But we'll see what happens with that character. This was in a different shop that I've been to before, which I haven't had a ton of luck there before, but I found a couple things here and there. So this is Detective Comics 608, first appearance of Anarchy. It's one of those ones I was like, I already have it, but I wasn't finding much, so I just grabbed it because I wanted to buy something while I was there. Catwoman #23, first appearance of Joker's daughter, who sort of has been a bigger character in Suicide Squad. I hear a lot of people don't like her very much, so we'll see where that character goes. I don't know where her general popularity is. As of this point, I don't think this book is worth that much, but I figure it's worth grabbing. This one was very cool. Amazing Fantasy #15, the Marvel Milestone Edition. In really nice condition. This is only $3. Asking price on eBay for these seems to be around 10 to 12, but they generally, you see auctions end at $3, $5, so it's not really worth much. These second prints, I'm starting to get into collecting some of them now, just because it's nice to have them, thumb through these and read them all and stuff. And I think these have the old ads in them and everything, which is kind of cool. Don't quote me on that, because I haven't gone through this lately. Amazing Fantasy 15, just killer origin story. Such an iconic cover. I do not like Amazing Spider-Man #1, the cover, at all. But this one, man, just shines. I would love to own this book one day, the real one. So this is another one of those, I have that Facebook group I'm on, and sometimes people post comics on there. So I got this and the next set I'll show you for $10. So I was pretty happy with that. This is Spider-Man Blue. It's a Tim Sale, Jeff Loeb story. And whenever those two get together, it's always gold. I don't think I've read a Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale story that I haven't liked. And this is one of my favorites. It's Spider-Man Blue. What it does is it harkens back to the old days. It kind of, it jumps back into Spider-Man's early origin story, or following his origin. But it's early stories when he's kind of just getting out of high school, getting to know Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy. And he does such a great job at like telling these characters, showing the struggle that Peter has with trying to like have relationships, have friendships, but go out and be Spider-Man and be a hero. At one point he's sick, and both Gwen and Mary Jane are fawning over him and wanting to give him soup and fighting over him, and he bails on both of them to go fight Craven or someone like that. They just, Loeb really captures what was great about the original Spider-Man stories so well. So I love this story. The great thing about this story also, I think, is how they show the characters of Mary Jane and Gwen, because Mary Jane is very much the crazy, fun party girl, and where Gwen is sort of the beautiful girl next door or whatever. So I like how Mary Jane is told in this story a lot more than like the modern Mary Jane. I find the modern Mary Jane kind of annoying, and there's just not a lot to her that I find that interesting. So this actually makes that character interesting. And if you've ever been around different females in your life, which I'm sure you have, and you know those feelings you get with certain types of girls who have that certain charisma, it really captures that. And this is part of that same set for that was $10 here. So these are all interlinking covers. This is a $5 cover here. $6.47, $6.46, $6.45, $6.44. Pretty neat. All the villains and everything. $6.43. I wish there was some way to display these nicely. $6.42. Put them up on my wall or something. And $6.41, which isn't part of that. But so all those books I just showed, plus the Spider-Man Blue, $10. And lastly, so checked out my comic book store the other day, local shop, just perusing the goods, and I find this box with a bunch of random comics, and this was in there as well. Batman and Robin, The Boy Wonder, and I can't remember which issue it is, but the one where Batman refers to himself as the goddamn Batman is one I've been looking for from this series. So it's Frank Miller and Jim Lee. If you guys don't know about All-Star Batman and Robin, it's sort of an Elseworlds tale, and Batman kind of just goes nuts. I haven't read the whole story, I just sort of know the general. So when you read it, it is a beautifully drawn book. But what's special about this issue, Frank Miller, when he wrote it, he wrote in all the swear words. And not just swear words, but just general crude language. And they went ahead and they covered it with a black bar so you couldn't see it. But when they printed it, the black bar didn't cover the letters properly, because the letters were still printed on top, I guess, and you could see all the words that were written. So Marvel DC sent out another shipment and asked that the creators or asked that the store owners destroy the books that they had. So a lot of these got destroyed. A lot of people, I think, don't like destroying those. For one reason, it's going to be valuable. Another reason, it's kind of burning books. There's sort of this Nazi idea that that's wrong. So my store had like probably 20 of these books, or 30 of them. And they go for like 10, 15, 20 bucks sometimes on eBay. So he sold them to me for cover price. And I didn't realize, I still looked through them and saw and thought it was funny, and went home and checked them on eBay and saw what they were going for and said, okay, I should get a couple of these, I guess. And then it was awkward because I had to go back and try to ask for a few of them without, I don't know, just getting dinged like crazy, hopefully. So I took um, 4 copies, 3, and this is the Frank Quietly variant. So this is the money book right here, guys, if you can find this one. I'm going to keep this one. This one's probably a $50 to $80 book. These are all near mint, super nice, and my store has like 20 more. So I don't know, maybe next time I go in, I'll buy a few more. Beautiful, beautiful cover. I really like Frank Quietly. He's just got this old school look of the character design and everything. Just something about his style. It's so unique and so beautiful. So this one I'm going to hold on to, I think. If anyone wants to trade for one of those, I could probably do that. And I might throw a couple on eBay or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure. Yeah, basically what's been going on is I feel like I have so many of the sort of minor keys that I want already. And it's getting harder and harder for me to find these things at shops. I'm buying a lot of doubles of things I already have to sort of build up credit on eBay so I can buy bigger things I want on eBay. Because the way it works in Canada, at least around this area where I'm from, like a Silver Age or Bronze Age book you can get on eBay. Here, if you find it, it'll be selling for 3 times as much on average. So it's just really hard for me to pay those prices when I know what I can get them for. Or even just going across the border and finding shops down there. You can find a lot more Silver Age and Bronze Age stuff for not so crazy prices. Like a mid-grade adventure comics with the Spectre will be like $30, where I can get them for $5 a lot of the time, or $10 in the OK grade on eBay. So my collection's sort of changed. I'm sort of hunting these things I can flip, and then it can pay for the rest of my books I want, because I've been buying a lot more on eBay lately. So I've got a few more great books coming in. This is all most of the modern stuff, but I do have some Bronze Age keys coming in, so looking forward to showing those off. Keep an eye out for it. And maybe I'll do a review one of these days, a rum and review. I probably should, but I pass out every time I drink now, so I never get around to it. So, all right, guys, take care. If you stuck around this long, we'll see you later.